the beginning of the end of the war. Of course, you see our strong army. We are step by step coming to our country, to all the temporary occupied territories. All this victory is possible when all the world is around Ukraine.
Today, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was named Time Magazine's Person of the Year, an honor that recognized not only his leadership, but also the spirit of Ukraine and its people. Joining us now is Simon Schuster, senior correspondent for Time Magazine, who spent 9 months reporting on President Zelensky for this year's Person of the Year cover story. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. As you know, so many people around the world see him as a Winston Churchill-like figure in the way that Winston Churchill was fighting a lonely war for that first couple of years of World War II, doing so bravely in the line of fire while London was being bombed. What do you see when you're up close with President Zelensky?
I think that comparison does come to mind. It's interesting that when I raised that idea with President Zelensky during our interview for this piece, one of the interviews that we did, I asked them, what do you make of all these people who compare you to Winston Churchill? He didn't like that very much. He made it clear, for one thing, that he wasn't so keen on Churchill's legacy as an imperialist, as a supporter of the British Empire. Zelensky, of course, is fighting the Russian Empire or its revival. So he didn't like that so much. And he shifted. He said he preferred to be associated with artists and comedians, comic actors like Charlie Chaplin, who were of Churchill's era, but used a different form of influence to fight fascism. The influence of humor, the influence of their popularity among people, their ability to reach people through the arts, through communication, through words.
To go back to the Churchill example, Winston Churchill did not have anything resembling a strategy for victory for the first year of World War II. It was nothing other than a strategy of survival. Can we somehow survive not being completely overrun by Germany? Where is President Zelensky strategically? Is this at a survival stage, or is this something more than survival?
I think we're well past the point of just trying to survive. I think Ukraine, President Zelensky, his military, they feel like they have the momentum. I think the facts on the ground, on the battlefield, bear that out. They are in no mood to plea for peace or push ahead with some kind of peace negotiations, that certainly none that would involve ceding territory and making concessions to the Russians. They are intent on pushing the Russians back as far as they can. The main part of the story for Person of the Year involved me traveling with President Zelensky to the liberated city of Kherson, the biggest city, the most strategic and important city the Russians seized at the beginning of the invasion. Now the Ukrainians have it back. And I think they want to continue in that frame, in that dimension of the conflict, and not yet sit down to negotiations.